Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the live stream. If you're new, watching at a later date, this will be known as Keith Condensed. It's basically a little part of the live stream that I pull out and then re-upload later on. It's, you know, just like I said, a little cut out of the live stream. It's not the entire thing. We do cover other topics during the live stream, but this is specifically just the article reviewed. And typically I review an article, I would say about 5 days a week, maybe. I'm trying to, you know, cut it back a little bit, but I really have enjoyed the article reviews. It really keeps me informed on the market. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So today's article is specifically on Elon Musk. Is he a pothead? And he actually answers that himself. He says no, he's not. He's not addicted to it at all, which, I mean, is not surprising. Cannabis is not really addictive in the fact that it's chemically addictive. It can be habitually addictive, but I mean, I think that's what he's getting at, is that it's not addictive to him physically, like habitually. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. This article is written by CNN, and I don't really care too much about CNN, but hey, whatever. Usually I focus more on Yahoo Finance or something like that. But you know, weed, whiskey, Tesla, and a flamethrower. Elon Musk meets Joe Rogan. So I didn't even actually get to watch the podcast. I've just been kind of catching up on articles about it. This article is written on the 7th, so it's about 3 days ago. But anyways, on the day that this, I guess, podcast was released, the Tesla stock dropped about 7%. Today it's since returned. Basically, you know, people are just scrutinizing and saying, hey, you know what, this is just another, he literally doesn't know how to run a company, let alone 5 of them. So maybe like he should step down from being the CEO. Like, he's going crazy, he's going mad, like he just doesn't know what he's doing, like all this kind of stuff. And it's like, let's go ahead and just take a step back and then kind of reassess. Like, the guy Elon has said that this has been pretty much his most stressful and like time consuming and most like hard working year that he's ever had. So obviously the dude is, you know, exhausted. By the way, here's a quick picture of him with his flamethrower from the Boring Company. How about that? That's way cool. I don't know. Like in the article, he says, you know, it's hard for him. There's so many ideas that bounce around inside of his head that it's hard for him to, I guess, turn his brain off. Which I understand that, because sometimes, you know, struggling with insomnia, you kind of get that where you're up late at night and everything just like hits you all at once, and you're just thinking about this and thinking about that and thinking about that. So I totally get that, but I mean, I don't know what it is to have that like every single day of every single week. But I mean, I completely understand it. So if he's, you know, having to use some pills that will help him fall asleep that are prescribed, then by all means, like, you gotta sleep, you know what I'm saying? If your brain's not shutting down correctly, then, you know, you gotta use some kind of resource to be able to help that. And I would say maybe for him, because he doesn't have time to go like practice meditation or something along those lines, then this would probably be the next option. However, maybe he needs to become less busy. Here he also gets some comments about some cannabis stuff. He says smoking is like a cup of coffee, but in reverse, which I slightly agree, slightly disagree. He also touches on that, you know, neighbors aren't going to be happy with flying cars. That's why he's, you know, in the Boring Company. That's why they're talking about going underground. And he basically says that he would love to do it at Los Angeles because they have just a crazy nightmare of traffic. But basically, it's going to be like never going to happen in Los Angeles because they're unwilling to change and try to work with them to make that happen. And then artificial intelligence. I think that this is probably the last part that me specifically, I'm so interested in artificial intelligence. If you can't beat it, join it. And I don't know if you guys have followed Elon Musk like in the past, but basically he's tried his best to like tell the government, hey, you know what? We need to regulate this before it gets out of control. And pretty much it's just fell on deaf ears. So he's pretty much said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and start a company called Neuralink. And guess what? We're going to, instead of trying to beat it, we're going to join it. And so basically in the next like couple of months, they're supposed to release some news about computers having a physical connection to the human by electrodes that are implanted into the brain. So this will be, I guess, kind of some interesting topic, because from my understanding, this is something that has basically never been heard of before. And so or maybe never even possible. And so I think that Elon Musk is kind of like leading the front of it, is like, hey, you know what? Let's just get there first then. But as far as like to get back into like specifically stock, I said we look at him with the flamethrower on the Joe Rogan show. No, to get into like specifically Tesla stock, like if I feel bad if you were one of those people that sold because you watched Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk being Elon. Like, not every day do you put on a hat and walk around, and yes, you are the CEO of Tesla. I totally understand that. That's not every single waking moment that you're the CEO of Tesla. Like, you know, you have the job. I mean, ultimately the responsibility does fall back onto your shoulders. Cut the guy some slack. He should get some time to just let his hair down and be Elon for a little bit. Like, you know, you don't always got to be the suit and tie CEO exec. Hey, I run Tesla, one of the best car companies out there that, by the way, only creates electric cars. So, stick it to him. So I feel bad if the only reason that you invested was because Elon Musk was not a cannabis consumer, and now you found out that he is, and so you sold your shares. Like, I guarantee you that was the worst speculative reason that you could have ever invested into Tesla. And I know that if you sold off of basically some news that he was on a podcast with Joe Rogan, smoking a little bit, then, like, why did you invest in them to begin with? Like, did you take that into consideration when you dropped them? No, because you just dropped it like it was hot. Anyways, we'll go ahead and leave right there. Feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think that Elon Musk has gone mad? Do you think that Tesla stock will continue to rise, drop, or just stay exactly where it is? What's the future hold for Tesla moving forward? Feel free to let me know down in the comments. Anyways, it's your boy, Coach Keith. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.